qigong as well. Some simple practice, even during the day, as we just go tapping on the back. That's where our kidneys are. It's just awakening that on our lower back. Also, when you feel tightness and maybe lower back pain, that all has to do with that sense of security as well, right? So let's have a practice to help us boost and replenish our kidneys. So let's come into this with our legs stretched out in front of us. You can keep a small bend behind your knees. And what we're doing is arms are right straight out in front of you and spine is straight. That's important. So even if you have to bend your knees a bit, just to keep your spine straight, that's more important, okay? So here we're taking a long, deep breath in and exhaling. Bend forward. So kind of just like somebody's pulling your hands, pulling forward. It's not a rounding of the back. Keep it straight and just pivoting from there. And as you lean back, inhale. Exhale, empty. And then from there, you empty from your stomach. And then you can bend forward, pull forward. Let's do it a few more rounds. Inhale. Exhale, pushing forward from the hip. Inhale back. And last time. Inhale. Exhale it all. And pulling forward. And release. So this is already something to warm up our back. And now we're going to flip down and we're just going to do pelvic lift. So bending your knees and we're going to be laying on our back. Making sure that you can see me behind the walls. And so what we're doing is just simply, you can gauge the flexibility of your back by judging where you want to put your heels. If you put the heels closer to your tailbone, it's going to be more challenging. So you can keep it further away from your bums to start with, if you're more comfortable with that. And arms are just next to your body. And as we inhale, we slowly peel vertebrae by vertebrae. Lift your hip bone up first. Your butt is up, then your pelvic bone. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, your back. So in this position, you might want to just bring your shoulders in. And we exhale down. Here, for those of you who have sensitive backs like me, you want to not completely relax your back. You want to have a bit of tension in your core. Hold it tight so that you're not arching your back, even in this relaxed position. So let's continue breathing in, lifting and down, up and down, and down. This is a wonderful exercise to just build strength in our core and give our back some stretching opportunities. And down. Let's do one more. Inhaling up and down. Slowly coming up, we're going to flipping over, coming to our hands and knees, doing some cat-cows. So now you know these exercises that can always help to warm up not only the spine, but they're actually wonderful for our internal organs as well. So as you drop your belly down, inhaling heads up, exhaling, rounding the back, pulling your belly in, exhale. In and out. Taking the time to just give your back and your muscles that stretch and relaxation. As we inhale, we're expanding our belly down. As we exhale, we're pulling the belly in, emptying from there. This is a great warm-up to the back for some bigger practices as well. But just on its own, it's a wonderful way to just work up the body. And exhale. And staying on our hands and knees, we're going to lift one leg up, keeping the knees bent. So the thighs is kind of parallel to the floor. And from here, you're just holding and we're breathing, staying balanced. Long, deep breathing means expanding your belly as we inhale. Exhaling as we pull the belly in. Just subtly noticing and observing where you're holding tensions, because in this position you're just bringing your leg up. You have some strength in your core and your back, and nothing else is really tense or strenuous. Okay, now let's switch side. So putting my right leg down and I'm lifting up my left. Again, your thighs is parallel to the floor. Knee is bent 90 degrees. You can close your eyes if you have that balance. And just slowly finding your grounding points, the balance. Keeping everything still, not in tension, but elongated, not be sagging in your back or your chest. And come back down. And we're going to flip again with some simple stretching, really. So you're hugging your knees with both arms and pull your head towards the knees and just breathe here. Expanding your belly as you inhale. pulling your belly back. Exhale. If you have a tender neck, you can put your hands to support your head behind your neck, and just keep rolling up in a ball. Relaxing, coming up to a seated pose. Actually, we're going to do crow. So if you cannot squat on the floor with your heels relaxed down, then you put a cushion underneath so that your heels is just relaxed down and standing onto something, okay? And here, what we want to do is simply, with our arms straight out, palms facing down, fingers wide open, and just staying here with long, deep breathing. A super grounding pose when you're just feeling all your weight on your feet, your toes spread out. Your arms stretched in front of you, your palms facing down, as if you're just feeling that energy of the earth coming towards you. Feel them in your hands. And relaxing to a seated position. I'd like to introduce you to a small meditation which you can continue to do for the rest of the week. It's a beautiful mantra meditation. We call it the curtain kriya, actually. That on its own is a complete practice. So we are doing 4 syllables that we're just going to repeat. It's sa, ta, na, ma. Sa means life. Ta means birth. Na, sa, ta, na means death. Ma means rebirth. So we constantly go through this cycle of life that is, there's life and there's birth and then there's death and there's rebirth. So in this cycle that we observe in nature and we also observe in ourselves, in every ending there's a beginning, and every beginning leads to another ending. And this is that circulation. And also, as we are talking about that bladder, that detoxing, that releasing of the old. So this is always a very calming, extremely calming, potent meditation that you can do when you're feeling fear, anxiety, just to bring yourself back. You just simply sit and you put your palms on top of your legs. In the seated pose, your spine is straight, you close your eyes, and we just do a few rounds here, but you're encouraged to bring this, start with 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 11 minutes, just extending this practice of just, it's going to come to you in such a calming way of just circling through, as if you are witnessing this passage but without being caught up in time, this timeless witness of this cycle. So let's give this a go. Taking a deep breath in. Satanama, 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 Satanama. So, this you can do out loud. You can also try the version where you're just whispering it, and then you can do it just silent in your head. And you come back with the sound version, with the whisper version, and then the out loud version. So cycling through a 3-5 minutes section of each. That's going to be a wonderful meditative practice for you.